A thread by Soul War. Antifa are now not only murdering more Black Americans, David Dorn, than the police, or only stabbing them, Drew Duncombe, they are now shooting at motorists and being killed by return fire. Here's the Austin shooting. Listen carefully. Link in the description, but what you hear are 5 shots and then 3 more shots. The person killed was Garrett Foster, a veteran who should have known better. The audio tells us he fired 5 shots at the vehicle, then ran over to it, pointed his rifle at the driver, who then shot back 3 times, killing him. This was inevitable. You cannot keep blocking roads, attacking vehicles and their occupants, and not expect this to happen. Regular Americans are fed up with the nonsense and are scared by truthful reports of motorists being attacked and even shot at by peaceful protesters. This is only the beginning. This was Garrett Foster shortly before he was killed. He tells the interviewer, in plain language, he has no fear of the unwoke. In Texas, a place where if you don't own a gun, you are an exception. Antifa and Black Lives Matter have no learning curve. They are going to double down on attacking vehicles. Just watch. And legal gun owners are going to legally kill them as the mindless Marxist hordes spin fantasies about fallen heroes taken out by quote unquote the fash. I predict by the time we reach mid-August that their body count is going to rival that of their victims. Americans want to be tolerant. Look at what we've put up with during this pandemic that is now nothing but a political shamdemic. And for the first month of these riots, but the mainstream media's propaganda blitzkrieg on behalf of lawlessness and justification of violence on us isn't cowing most Americans at all. It's beginning to make people angry. It's building our resolve to gut it out. Many Democrats are fleeing this madness, fleeing their party. Antifa's antics are going to lose power. They're a broken record. Same stupid chants and tantrums every day. This Antifa trying to drag her comrade away from the arrest isn't terrorism, isn't heroism, it's pointless lunacy. They were both arrested down the street. So they'll try to replace their disappearing media clout with fear. Man, do these people have not a clue who we are. They are being tolerated. When that tolerance evaporates, they won't believe how quickly unwoke Americans will go from victim to gravedigger. The Germans and Japanese both thought Americans were soft and would quickly seek terms to maintain our pleasant lifestyles. Well, they were dead wrong. These zombies live here, and they are just as clueless. They call it the heartland for a reason. You can only push and abuse Americans' goodwill and decent nature for so long until we have no goodwill left. Then we will do the right thing to ensure stability and peace so we can be decent again. What kind of decency existed in 1938 Berlin or Moscow? You couldn't be a decent person. What kind of America would we be if Antifa or BLM won? America would become a hell zone. Well, we don't want a hell zone, so we'll put our foot down on their balls if necessary and stop it by voting on November 3rd. Millions of Democrats will stealth vote for Trump, guaranteed. After Trump's re-election, that will not only reaffirm his first 4 years, he will be given the most powerful electoral mandate in American history. Yes, the crazies will still be crazy, but by March, April at the latest, their ability to cause chaos will be severely diminished. When Trump has determined Americans have seen, heard, felt enough, he will cut the funding and round up the brains fomenting all this lawlessness. Well, okay, why didn't he do it sooner, you ask? Thanks for asking. That would have saved the Democrats. The Democrats who are in bed with the cartels, human traffickers, and international terrorist organizations. No, thank you. As I've said before, we are being immunized against the nature of the Democrat Party as it is. By 2025, current Democrats won't be able to be elected dog catcher. Who they are will be utterly unpalatable to Americans. Anyone using their language, white guilt, identity politics, etc., or exhibiting their traits will be unelectable. See, words and virtue signaling is all they are now. Their ability to shape the meaning of words is dying. Americans will demand real actions to solve problems. The need to virtue signal will now repulse people because we will now know in our bones that such antics are hollow and lead to disaster. The Democrats will be exiled out in the cold. And do you know what the funny part is? They did it to themselves. All President Trump had to do was step aside and shepherd our interests as they came unglued and melted down. Their power structure, the world they'd built for themselves, using us as their fuel for their mad agendas, is collapsing before their eyes. They are not going to recover from this. This Marxist madness is going to fade too in time. President Trump knows exactly who's to blame for this chaos and lawlessness on our streets. When he strikes to answer it, it will be like a thunderbolt from Zeus.